In this video, we'll study a very interesting game in which you'll learn a very powerful opening system. The game began with the move d4. Black responded with knight f6, developing his king's knight and taking control of the e4 square to prevent white from occupying the center with his pawns. White played bishop g5, the Trompowsky opening. White attacks the black knight and wants to eliminate it, so he can then occupy the center with his pawns. If black plays the knight e4 to attack the enemy bishop, white can play bishop f4 and then expel the black knight from the center with the move f3 and perhaps occupy the center with e4. Or he can also develop his queen's knight to the d2 square, attacking the black knight in the center. In the game, after the move bishop g5, black played e6, with the idea of capturing on f6 with the queen and preventing his pawns from being doubled. White played c3, strengthening the defense of the d4 pawn. White's plan is to develop his queen's knight to the d2 square so he can continue with e4 and occupy the center with his pawns. Black played the bishop to e7, developing his king's bishop and preparing to castle. White played the knight to d2, developing his queen's knight and threatening to continue with e4, to occupy the center with his pawns. Black played d5, increasing his control over the e4 square to prevent white from occupying the center with his pawns. White played e3, connecting his pawns and allowing the development of his king's bishop. Black played knight b to d7, developing his queen's knight. White played f4, establishing the Stonewall structure. The Stonewall structure is a very powerful structure that allows white to firmly control the e5 square. Furthermore, white has developed his queen's bishop outside the pawn chain and has achieved an improved version of the Stonewall attack. At any time, he can exchange the dark squared bishops, leaving black's position fraught with weaknesses. Black castled. White played bishop d3, developing his king's bishop, increasing control over the e4 square, and targeting enemy castling. White could continue with moves such as knight f3, short castling, and could activate the rook on the third rank to incorporate it into the kingside attack. White has very good chances of attacking the enemy king. Black played c5, attacking the opponent's pawn center, with the idea of creating counterplay in the center. White played knight g to f3, completing the development of his minor pieces and preparing to castle. If black now plays queen b6, attacking the b2 pawn, white could simply play rook b1, defending the pawn, and then continue with his plan of attack on the kingside, with the advantage that black's queen will be displaced on the queenside. In the game, after the move knight f3, black played knight g4, threatening to capture the unprotected e3 pawn. However, this move is a mistake because it allows the dark squared bishops to be exchanged, which favors white. White played bishop takes e7, exchanging the dark squared bishops, thereby eliminating the opponent's good bishop and exchanging it for his bad bishop. This exchange benefits white. The game continued queen takes e7. And now white played bishop takes h7 check. A surprising move that sacrifices the bishop to gain a decisive attack against the enemy's castling. If black now captures the bishop with king takes h7, white can play knight g5 check and then capture the black knight, giving him an advantage. In the game, after the move bishop takes h7 check, black played king h8. White played knight g5, bringing his knight into the kingside attack and threatening to capture the opponent's knight. Black played knight takes e3, capturing the white pawn and attacking the white queen. White played queen e2, defending the queen and threatening to capture the opponent's knight. The game continued c takes d4. C takes d4. The black knight remains under attack. If black now plays knight c4 to defend the knight, white can play bishop d3, threatening queen h5, which would lead to mate, and also threatening to capture on c4. White has a clear advantage. In the game, after the move c takes d4, black played f6, attacking white's knight to expel it and force it to retreat. White played bishop g6, threatening queen h5, which would lead to mate. For example, it is not possible to capture the knight with f takes g5, since white plays queen h5 check. After king g8, white plays queen h7 checkmate. In the game, after the move bishop g6, black played knight f5, trying to bring the knight closer to the king side to defend his king. White played bishop takes f5, eliminating the enemy knight, which is a good defender of the opponent's castling. The game continued with f takes g5, eliminating the opponent's knight. White played queen h5 check, and the black king is going to be checkmated. The game continued with king g8. White played bishop h7 check. After king h8, white played bishop g6 with discovered check, and black resigned. After king g8, white would continue with queen h7 checkmate. A very instructive game in which you learn a very strong development system, allowing white to organize a very easy-to-play attacking position and offering many winning chances. In the video description, you can purchase some very good books on this attack. I hope you like them.